Hey everybody, Hunter back again from Showtime Studios. This video we're going to do a redo of an old video. This is going to be on the adhesives that I use here in the shop, and what adhesives I use at this very day. Not something that I used 3, 4, 5 years ago. Some of them have stayed the same, some of them are a little bit different, so we're going to run down through them. And I'll show everybody, what adhesives I use. It doesn't mean you have to run out and buy them. It just gives you another option. If anybody has seen my work sitting on the show tables, this is the glues that I use to put those models together. So first off, my main glue that I use, which is tried and true for me and has not changed for a lot of years, is the Testors. Model Master 8872, and there is 2 different bottles of this. You have to be careful. One bottle, it's a black bottle, but it has the plastic applicator on it. This is the part number 8872, and it has the small metal applicator on it. These run about right around $6 a bottle, and a bottle will last a long time. One of these bottles lasts me about a year. So $6 for a year's worth of model building is worth it to me. Very good glue. It's a liquid adhesive. It works very well. Highly recommend it. So that's one of the main glues, the most used glue here at Showtime Studios. Next, if I'm doing any scratch building or anything like that with different shapes of plastic, sheet styrene, if I'm scratch building something on a chassis or say like a headache rack on one of my trucks or a fuel tank or something like that, I am using the Tenax 7R, and this changed a little bit. I do not like this stuff because of the smell. I have to be very careful when I'm using it because my allergies and sinuses just do not like this stuff. I was using the product called ProWeld. Very hard to find anymore, this particular product. I have heard that Micro Mart sells a product very similar to this, if not the same. I have not tried it yet. It is something that the next time I turn an order in with them, I'm going to go ahead and order a bottle just to see how it works. But like I say, I used to use the ProWeld all the time. It didn't bother my sinuses or anything like that, and it worked very well. The Tenax 7R works very well. It's a very good product. It's just, to me, the smell of it is just terrible. It's something that tears me up. But I use a lot of this for my scratch building stuff. Before it's painted, when it's in raw plastic. Not a lot as far as assembly. I may use it like on a truck chassis or something like that when I'm putting the cross members in or doing like the suspension, a lot of the suspension stuff. I will use this product here, because this actually melts the plastic. It makes a very strong joint, and it works very well for that type of stuff. The next adhesive that I use a lot, along with the 8872 Model Master Testors liquid glue, is the Tamiya Extra Thin. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with this one. I've got actually 4 bottles of this sitting here now. Because I've got a bad habit of leaving this cap just a little bit loose while I'm using it, and it will evaporate. So not quite as bad as the Tenax or the ProWeld used to be. If you left the cap off of ProWeld, it'd almost be gone the next morning. So if you're using the Tamiya Extra Thin, make sure, if you can, when you're using it and you put the cap back on here, make sure that cap is tight. Because if it isn't, it tends to evaporate a little bit over time, and you lose a lot of it. And this stuff adds up pretty quick here. This was $6 a bottle, and doesn't go quite as far as the 8872, but still a very good adhesive. Highly recommend this one also. And Tamiya does make some other ones. They make a medium, which I have it here, but I don't use it a whole lot. I hardly ever use this. This is a little bit thicker. It's in the octagon bottle. It's nice to have it if you run across the use for it. Like I say, I don't use it very often. And what else do we have? Good old super glue. I use the BSI super glue. This is from BSI Industries. This actually comes from Hobby Hut, which is a local hobby shop I have here in Winchester. And what they do is right up here at the top, this should say BSI Industries across here, but they put a label over top of it. Now, if I peel this label off, if I can get a hold of it, let me see if I can peel that label off of there. Nope, this one's actually blank. There's nothing under where the label is. Some of them, like from Hobbytown, it'll say BSI Industries underneath of that, and then they put the Hobbytown sticker over top of it. So I use this. This is the medium. It is the, what's this called? Gap filling medium, and it's in the purple bottle. I do not use the extra thin. I've tried it. I do not like it. A lot of the, fellow aircraft modelers and armor builders really like it. I can't get it to work. It's just not something that I use here. And, I'm sure it does work because there's a lot of guys out there to build aircraft that use it and have very good luck with it. I'm just not a big fan of it myself, but I am a big fan of the medium. I do have a bottle of the thick. I don't use it very often either. So this is a very good product. I have good luck with it. And along with that product, not all the time, but sometimes we use the InstaSet. And this is also a BSI Industries product. And it works very well. It instantly sets this adhesive, the super glue. The only drawback of this is when you use an accelerator, it creates a very brittle joint. It's not something that you can put a lot of twist on or a lot of pull on. If you want something to set up real fast, just to hold it into place, it works good for that. But I do not recommend it on a lot of chassis stuff or hanging like an aluminum fuel tank off the side of your rails or something like that on a truck build. It's just not strong enough for that. The other adhesive that every now and then I use, in fact, I use some on the motorcycle build, and that is from DevCon. It is the 5-minute epoxy. It comes as a 2-part set. I've had this one for about 2 years now, and you can see that it's down to about right around in that area right there. Same thing here on the red bottle. And one is the actual resin, and one is the hardener for it. This stuff lasts a long time. I've noticed about 4 or 5 years in, you should throw it away and replace it and get a new set. I think this was about $15 for these. They go a long ways. You can glue on aluminum parts with it. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You can make lenses with it. I've done a video on that. So this is a very handy product to have, and we do use it. Not a lot, but we do use it here even to this day. So that's that product. And the last 3 that I use, this one I use a whole lot of, the Micro Crystal Clear. Basically, it's white glue, but I have real good luck with this. I do have white glue up on the shelf. I highly recommend all the micro scale products. I have one of everything they make. They're a very good company, and I use this for a lot of my trim parts that need to go on after stuff is painted. I'll use it for making lenses. I use it to put my glass in. A whole lot of stuff. So this is a very handy product, and I highly recommend this product for every modeler out there. The next thing that I use, and these 2 adhesives, well, actually they're not adhesives. This kind of breaks the rule a little bit. This is a product that's very hard to find anymore. This is the Flow Quill Railroad Color, and it is the Crystal Coat. And this, like I say, this is discontinued, very hard to find. But I use this. This is a clear coat, an enamel clear coat, and I use it for a lot of photo etch parts. You can put a couple drops of this down off of a toothpick and drop your photo etch part down, and it adheres it very well. You can do the same thing with the Crystal Clear, or you can use the Testors Model Master Clear Top Coat. And the only thing about the clear top coat is you notice it has the amber tint to it. And depending on what color you have on your model, especially if you do white, and if any of this bleeds out from underneath of it and it dries, you will see it. So with the crystal coat, you can see that it's crystal clear. So as far as adhesives, that's what we use here at Showtime Studios to this day. And I wanted to update the old video that I did on adhesives. So there it is, and if you have any questions or concerns or need any more information on any of those products, just let me know. I'll be more glad to point you in the right direction. So that's all we've got for this video. I want to thank you for watching and thank all my subscribers. And as always, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.